Oh, hello there. Ooh, wait a second. That's not my name. Hold on a second. I can't start the class without my proper name on the screen. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Hello there. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Learning from Pictures series. This is a class where you develop, I should say this is a custom tailored class. Each class will always be different, where you will learn descriptive language and practice your abilities to describe at different levels of detail based on pictures and photographs from around the world, around the internet, all real and no Photoshop here. And I'll help you by giving you suggestions and giving you feedback on your descriptions. So this is part 17 of what's going on in this picture. Before we begin, quick introduction. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on my name anywhere in Verbling, it'll take you to this page, my profile page, where you'll see the follow button on the left. You can click that to receive upcoming notifications of my classes, my group classes. And on the right, you can book a private tutoring session with me or buy a package. I will work with you on creating a personalized learning plan to help get you to your goals as soon as possible. And today we're going to be working on what's going on in picture, and we have a brand new set of pictures from all over the world to share with you. Let's see who's out there. We've got to give people a minute or two to come in. But so far, I see Mr. David Blanco Galisteo. Hello, David. How are you? Uh-oh, I don't hear you. Let's say hello to Diego. Welcome back, Diego.
Hello, how are you?
Good to see you again, Diego. How have you been?
I am ill. I am
Yes.
flu.
Oh my God. You have the flu.
Yes, yes.
Oh no, that's bad. Drink
Okay.
lots of fluid, Diego. Drink lots of liquids.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, I don't understand.
I said drink lots of liquids. Drink
Okay. Okay.
lots of
Okay.
liquids. If you're not better
Okay.
if you're not better by tomorrow, call me and I will write you a prescription. Okay?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Let's
Thank
see
you.
who else is out there. We've got Ms. Estella Barbara. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine,
Hello.
thanks. And you?
And what do I call you? Estella or Barbara?
Estela, Barbera, it's my surname.
Ah, okay. Hello, Estella. Where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Well, Spain's kind of big. Whereabouts in Spain?
In the southeast coast of Spain, in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, Marbella. No?
What?
Marbella.
No, Marbella is in Andalusia. I live in Alicante, next to Valencia.
In Alicante. Got it. Okay. Great to have you with us, Estella.
Thank you.
And let's see who else is out there. We've got Frederic. Welcome back, Frederic.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. Mr. Jose, welcome back.
Hi, John.
Hello.
Hello.
And then we've got Mr. Wilson. Hello, Wilson. How are you?
Hi, Mr. John. How are you? How do you do?
Wow, Mr. John. Fancy.
Okay.
Good to see you. Okay, the only one who I haven't heard from is David. David, is your microphone working? Because I see you, but I don't hear you. David Blanco. Are you out there? David, are you there? I'll tell you what, I'll write a little message. And if you can't speak, then just say something. David, are you there? Because I see you, but I don't hear you. I want to make sure your microphone is working. Okay, and I'll tell you what, I'll send you a little message. Can you hear us? Okay, and welcome to class, Sylvia. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to get started. In the last class, I tried a little experiment in order to give everyone maybe not equal speaking time, but close to equal speaking time. I had you do a little bit of writing. So let me see. I don't know if I can do this really quickly. Last time I gave you a link and I had you to write a few sentences, and I just realized that you don't have the links. So I think we're gonna, maybe it's gonna be a little too difficult to do today. Okay, I'll try to give you personalized feedback in the chat window. Oh, there you are, David. My microphone is broken. Oh, okay, okay. So David, sometimes it's not the microphone, sometimes it's the Hangout, okay? So you might want to leave and return and then see if the microphone is working. Okay, David? And in the meantime, if it's not working, okay, all right, good. So try to reload the Hangout and see if it's working. Good. Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask everyone to do. I was going to give you separate links to documents, but actually I realize it's going to be a little tricky to do that today because I have to go and get the links, and it's going to be a bit confusing. So I think we're just going to use the chat window. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you the first picture from the set today, and I'm going to ask you to tell me simply what's going on in the picture. But you need to give one or two pieces of evidence about why you think that thing is going on, whatever you decide it is. So for example, you might say, well, I think this person is doing A, B, or C because I see, and give me a detail, or as a result of some situation in the picture, or due to. So you're going to focus on connectors like because, as a result of, due to, as, any word that can lead to an explanation in addition to the description. Okay, let's try it out. Here is our first picture, number 1. There you go, pretty recent picture. I want you to write 2 or 3 sentences in the chat window, and I'll correct you, of course. What's going on in this picture, and why do you think so? What's going on in this picture, and why do you think so? Then we're going to share answers and compare. Okay? So make sure you have the chat window open, and when you're ready, hit return, and we will share our answers. Is that clear, everyone? Sylvia, where are you going to write your sentences?
One moment.
Where are you going to write your sentences? Where?
In the chat window.
Of course. Okay. Just making sure. Is everyone writing? Do I hear the sounds of typing? Mr. David, let's see if your microphone is working now. I don't hear anything. No, still not working. Okay. So David, while you were out, I'm showing our first picture. We're going to share and compare answers. I want you to write the answer to the question in yellow. What's going on in this picture? And why do you think so? What's going on and what evidence makes you think that? Okay? Write 2 or 3 sentences about your opinion. Okay, welcome to class, Giancarlo. How are you?
Hi, thank you, John. Good morning.
Good morning. So here's our first picture, and you can answer the question in yellow by writing a couple of sentences in the chat window. What's going on in this picture, and what makes you think that? What's going on in this picture, and why do you think so? try to base your answer solely on what you see in the picture. Okay. Got one from Estella. Very good. One from Wilson. Excellent. Okay, we're going to give everyone maybe 30 more seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to start to correct your answers. We're going to share our answers as well. Okay, Estella, notice I made 2 changes in your text. So take a look and see if you can notice the changes that I made. Okay, Sylvia, I want you to use the VerbLink chat if you can, okay? So that we can all see each other's answers. If you can see, use the VerbLink chat, which is the blue box with the V in it.
I am trying, but I think I have something wrong in my computer.
Okay. If you can't, then use the other one. Hey, Wilson, I made 2 changes to your text. See if you can notice the changes there. Okay. And what about the rest of you? Diego as well? Frederic, okay, I got yours. Jose as well?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between fall and fall down?
Fall down is not necessary in this case because you don't need to be so specific. If it's a person running and the person falls, the person will go down. There's no doubt about it. It's clear.
It's obviously, okay.
Right? If you're standing on a cliff, right, and you drop something, it could fall on the ground or it could fall down off the cliff, fall all the way down. There you need to be maybe more specific. So it's just, it depends on the context, I think.
Okay, now it's clear. Thanks.
Which World Championships, Frederic?
Sorry?
Which World Championship?
Track and field.
Oh, okay. The World Championship could be anything. Notice I changed the verb tense in your text, Frederic. Look at my version.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm almost done making corrections, and then we're going to share our answers together. Give me just a second. Sylvia, I also changed the verb tense in yours. Notice the difference between the verb tense you used and the one that I used. Take a look, Sylvia.
Okay.
Okay. And Giancarlo, I'm going to make a little change. I'm going to give you a suggestion in yours. Okay, I'm going to make 2 suggestions. Neither of them were Okay, and Giancarlo, notice how I changed the phrasing of yours.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone, take a look at your texts, and if there's any questions about the changes that I made, just ask if I can clarify anything. Any questions about changes?
Yes. Excuse me, John. What's the meaning of sig?
Segue. Segue. Oh, I should have capitalized it. Sorry. It should be written like this, because that's the name of that vehicle that the guy was on. It's called a Segway.
You say segway? Segway?
Segway.
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 I don't know if maybe I spelled it wrong. Hold on a second. Oh, maybe I spelled it wrong. Because I spelled it. Give me a second here.
Yes. So after crashing.
Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Sorry. No. It's not spelled that way. Because Frederic has it right. The brand name Segway is spelled W-A-Y, like Y, like Camino, like the way, the path. Sorry, because segue is in language. I can segue into a topic, which means I can connect topics together. But the brand name of those two-wheel vehicles is Segway, spelled S-E-G-W-A-Y. So I'm sorry, I spelled it wrong. Okay, so Giancarlo, what is a Segway? What is it?
The Segway is this this small car with two tires.
Yeah, two wheels.
Two wheels.
Two wheels, right. The fact that it has tires is not important.
But
what's important is that
two wheels, John. Where are the wheels? But I can see just the tires with the two wheels.
Yeah, but the tires are covering the wheels. So the important thing isn't that it has tires. The important thing is that it has wheels, and the tires are covering the wheels. The tires are the outside layer of the wheels.
Okay, the wheels.
But the important thing is that it's a vehicle. It has wheels. Okay, that's the important point. Okay, and Jose, let me just get yours. Okay, and then we're going to go over our answers together, compare and comment on each other's ideas. Okay, so you said, let's see, where is it? I don't know exactly the name of this device. Okay, so Jose, I got to make a change here. I see erase. Erase.
Okay.
I don't know. First, you should use periods, not commas. Commas.
Okay.
What? Okay, so first, you got separate sentences. You should use periods to separate them. And then say, as a result of what exactly? As a result of, because you can say as a result of something. As a result of, for example,
As a result of the heat, I can write down.
okay, maybe. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. We've got to simplify it a little bit. As a result of hitting the reporter,
Okay.
the racer falls. Actually, it's both the racer and reporter
Okay.
end up falling on the ground. Okay, so I simplified the sentence a little bit. Okay, so let's go over our answers and compare. Let's compare ideas.
Yes.
Okay, all of you. So I want you to take a. So let's do this. I've given you
And I'm
all
going
corrections.
to copy and paste in my computer, and after that I am going to check both.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. You should. It's a good idea to copy and paste your original and my corrections so that you can check them later. Test yourself later. Okay. So Frederic, what's happening in this picture? You can use my corrected answer to help you give an answer. What's happening in this picture?
We see Usain Bolt who is falling because he's hit by
He has been hit.
he has been hit by a TV reporter.
Okay, very good. So, does everyone agree or disagree with Frederic? Has Usain Bolt been hit by the TV reporter, or has the TV reporter been hit by Usain Bolt? What do you think, Sylvia? What do you think, Sylvia? Uh-oh, Sylvia, I don't hear you. No, Sylvia. Mr. Wilson, who hit who, in your opinion?
I think the guy with the camera hit or ran into the athlete. Okay, Bolt.
So the guy with the camera ran into him. Okay. Why do you think
Yes.
so? What's the evidence for that?
What's the
What's the
evidence?
evidence for that? Yeah, look at the
Yeah.
picture and give me a piece of
Yes,
evidence.
yeah.
Why?
I think the runner is with the sneakers on his hand, and
Oh, good.
he looks it looks like he was walking, and then the guy with the vehicle ran into him.
Ran into him.
Ran into him. Yes.
Exactly, right. In other words, if the runner was running, he would have his shoes on his feet.
Yes. Yes.
That's normally how it goes. Right, right. Mr. Diego, why do you think the reporter lost control of his vehicle? Is there anything in the picture that gives you a clue?
The cameraman hit in the rail you see in the picture. I don't know how to say real.
How to say?
Rail. The cameraman hit the rail.
Hit the rail, right? Hit the rail. That's right.
Rail, yes.
Good.
And lost. And he lost the control, the device.
Okay, good, good, good. So probably he hit the rail, lost control, and ran into the runner. Maybe that's how it worked. Okay, very good. Good ideas. Okay, and David, you can also write your description or your ideas in the window, and I'll be happy to give you some corrections too. Let's find out what really happened. Let's find out what really happened. I'm going to, if you give me just a second here, I'm going to tell you the real story. I think I'm going to tell you the real story. Hold on a second. Ooh, wait a second. I have to fix my links because my links. Give me a second. I've got to open a link, and I'll give you the link as well. In just a second, and we'll find out what really happened. Let's see how close you were. Give me just a second to open this on my computer. There we go. Opening now. Okay. Sorry, it's a little bit slow. Give me a second. Still loading. A little bit slow. Almost there. Okay, I got it finally. So, if you want to find out the real story, you can click on this link, okay? But I'm going to give you a little background based on that. Actually, maybe I can have someone read. Giancarlo, are you still there? I know you had to step out. Are you back? I think he's gone. Are you back?
Yeah, I am back. Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what. Do you think you could you click on the link in the chat window?
Yes, let me click.
Yeah. And based on what you see, could you tell us briefly what the real story was behind this picture? Rather than me telling it to you, take a look at that article. You don't have to read everything, but just a little bit, and give us the main idea. What really happened? You can start. Go ahead. Sorry.
Let me open it. It is.
While you're doing that,
I need to watch the video and then tell you what is happening.
I'll play. No. Just take a look at the text. I'll play the video in the background, and meanwhile, take a look at the text and tell us what you think. I'll play the video right now, so we'll see it without sound. Okay. So skim through the text and tell me, what do you think actually happened? And how close were we to the truth?
Okay. Well, the cameraman crashed into the runner. It was an accident, and then both of them fell off because the cameraman lost control of his Segway.
There you go. Now you can see the images, hopefully. Let's see if we can see a replay. There's Usain Bolt running. Let me see if I can turn off the sound. Oh, I can't turn off the sound. Oh. He's going around the track. Coming to the end. The fastest man alive. There he is. And he gets to the finish line. He's celebrating. And what happens? There's the guy behind him.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see it one more time.
Cameraman is behind him.
I guess they didn't catch it on the main TV. It's right after this. And you're right. Look at this. Diego, you got it.
Wow.
Diego, you were right. He hit the rail. Very good. And that is the story of our first picture. By the way, let's say hello to Sam, who's joining us now. Hello, Sam. How are you? How are you doing, Sam? Can you hear me okay? Uh-oh, I don't hear Sam. I'll tell you what. Sam will give you a chance to speak. We're going to go on to a new picture. This one we're going to do a little differently. In number 2, I'll be asking you to describe the picture in different ways. Okay? In fact, this is a series of pictures. So your first impression may change after you see the other pictures in the series. Here is the first picture. Okay? So, let's see. Jose, let's start with, what do you see in this picture?
I see all the fashionable cars. I don't know exactly the name of these carriage of these cars. I think it may be a racer of they are doing a racer of cars. One car hit the another car, and one of them turn down.
Turned down? Not turned down. Flipped over. Flipped over.
Flipped over.
That's right.
Flipped over the ground?
No, just flipped over.
Flip over.
That's it. Just flipped
Only
over.
just. Okay. One
Good.
of them flipped over.
Exactly. Good. So some keywords there are, you said old-fashioned cars. That's good. It's a good way to describe them. Old-fashioned cars. You could call them race cars. Possibly they're race cars. Possibly.
Okay. Possibly. I don't know.
Yep. Maybe they were in a car race.
Okay.
Right? Instead of a people race. Maybe there was an accident. Another way to talk about a car crash is to describe it as an accident.
Maybe it was.
And one of the cars flipped over.
One of the cars.
Maybe it was an accident.
Over.
Okay. Sam, how are you? Hello, Sam?
Yes. Hello. Sorry. How are you? Fine, thank you.
Good. Sam, Jose thinks this was possibly a car race and there was an accident. Do you agree with him? Look carefully at the picture and tell me, is there any detail that helps you understand what really happened here? So do you agree, was this a car race or was it something else?
Yes, it is possible, but yes, because there are two similar cars, and old-fashioned, yes, old-fashioned car, and there were two person in each car, and
two people in each car.
Two people in each car, not two person. Okay.
No, two people.
And both we can see that they wore they worn dresses, and
they're not wearing dresses. No, women wear dresses.
A uniform, like a uniform. Yes, sports.
You can say it like this.
Sports.
Both of them are wearing both of them are wearing sports uniforms.
Sports uniform, okay.
Good.
And
very good.
yes, and both also wearing helmet because we can see very easily at a person a guy who is slipped down, and his helmet is fall down
His
on
helmet,
the ground.
His helmet
Yeah.
fell off.
Fell off. Okay.
His helmet fell off. There you go. And look at the suggestions in the window. So two people in each car, not two persons. Both of them are wearing sports uniforms.
Okay.
They have helmets on. Another way to talk about what you're wearing is to use the verb to have. They have helmets on. They have uniforms on.
Okay.
They have they have cleats on. You know what cleats are?
On. Cleats on.
You know what? Not
Sorry.
clicks. Cleats.
Cleats.
Do you know what that is?
Sorry. I no idea. Cleats.
Cleat
No.
is a sports shoe.
Okay.
And a cleat has spikes that dig into the ground that stop you from falling over. So when you play soccer, football, you have cleats on your shoes. When you play basketball, you do not have cleats because you're indoors. So it's a good vocabulary word. They've got helmets, they've got cleats. Okay. Frederick, tell me something in this picture that we haven't talked about yet. I want you to give me a detail that's important that no one has seen yet. Do you see something that no one else has seen?
Yes, I see. I don't think it's a race. I think it's a kind of ball sport.
It's a kind of ball sport because
we can see a ball.
There's a ball.
Yeah, and I think
and not just balls. What else do they have? Look at their hands. What do they have in their hands? Look carefully.
Oh yes, they are. Yes, they have a kind of stick.
Yeah, a kind of stick. You know, we
Yeah,
call that a mallet.
A mallet, yes.
Right. You
And
can see
they don't look very surprised to have been flipped over. You know.
they don't look surprised to have flipped over. It's true.
Yeah.
They look pretty happy.
Yeah, yeah, and we can see a kind of structure on the cars that maybe it's the car are made to be flipped over.
Very good. Yeah. There's a frame around the car. There's a frame around the car.
The frame around the car. Okay.
And that frame probably is deliberate so that it can flip over. It's probably built that way. Oh, that's another good way to say it. It's built that way. It's built so that it can flip over.
It's built that way.
Okay, very good, very good. Here's another picture. Here's another angle of the same picture. Wilson, look at this angle. Now you can see it from a different angle. And tell me what's really going on. Frederick gave us a few ideas, but now that you can see it from the back, what's really going on? What's the activity that they're doing? What do you think?
I think it's a kind of a game. Normally you use horse. They are using cars here. Okay.
Exactly.
Maybe they are
What's it
two
called?
teams. Oh,
what's that sport called? Where you use a horse and you've got mallets and there's a ball. Do you know what that's called?
Sure. I'm not sure of the name. It's polo.
Polo, right?
Polo. See, polo.
So they're playing automotive polo.
Oh,
that's the game that they're playing.
Yes, it looks like, yes.
When do you think this picture was taken?
When?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is from the beginning of the last century, maybe the year 1900. Is that 1900?
1900.
1900.
Repeat.
Yes.
1900. That's right.
1900.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Because of the car, they are very, very old cars.
Yeah. They do look old, and the engines are exposed, and they look light. They look more like carriages than cars. Like you could almost imagine a horse pulling this thing through the street. Here's one more angle. Let's see. I think that's it. Yeah. Here's the last angle. You can see it again. Okay. And Mr. Diego, where do you think this is taking place? Look at the people. Look at the background. Where do you think it is?
I think it was in USA. I don't know.
Okay, maybe in the United States.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, United States. It is the car developed car was in this country.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. They began to be mass-produced in the teens, late teens, early 1920s. They were beginning to be mass-produced. So yeah, let's find out what's really happening in the picture. If you give me just a second, I'm going to click on a link, and if it's short enough, I'll just read it to you. Hold on a second. Yeah, here we go. Here's the real story. What you're looking at is Auto Polo, or Automotive Polo, which was a game that started in around 1910 and it ended in 1956. Auto Polo is not played anymore. Here's the story. Given that early automobiles were marketed as replacements for horses, these were substitutions for horses, it was inevitable that polo would be replaced by auto polo. Inevitable, because these were marketed as mechanical horses. A degree of credit will go to a guy named Joshua Crane of the Dedham Polo Club in Boston. Diego, you were right. This is the United States. Crane first proved the viability of the sport in 1902. Wilson, you were right. It's 1902, almost 1900, by demonstrating his skill using a polo mallet and steering the car simultaneously. But it would be another decade before auto polo truly entered the public sphere. In 1912, a Ford dealer from Kansas, that's a person who sold Ford as a stunt to promote his business. This was attended by thousands of spectators, and the match was pitted or called Gray Ghosts against the Red Devils. Those were the two teams. The contest featured two cars per team, with one man driving the car and another man hanging off the running boards. The running boards are those boards on the side of the car. We don't have. You'd have a running board which would let you step up into the car. So the other man would hang off the running board holding a mallet, swinging at basketball-sized balls. A surgeon stood by to attend any injured participants. The sport grew in popularity in the following years, with matches being held regularly in major cities around the United States. There were cuts, bruises, broken bones, and occasionally people died as a result of the car collisions. But it was not the risk to as a newspaper reported, or I should say predicted, back in the beginning in 1902 when it first occurred, it was the cost of constantly replacing the vehicles that led to players largely abandoning the sport. It just was too expensive to keep buying new cars. So that led to the decline of the sport. By the way, anyone want to make a guess about what replaced the sport after it declined?
Maybe
I
polo?
think they start using horses again.
Not really. They started doing this. What's it called? I forgot the name of it.
Destruction Derby, no?
Yeah, is it Destruction? I forgot the name of it. Is it Destruction Derby or Auto Derby? I forgot the name of it. Hold on a second. Is it Destruction Derby? No, I think we call it something different.
It was a video game.
That's a video game, but it's not. What do we call that? Oh, I'm just forgetting the name of it now. Derby, but it's Derby. Something Derby. Hold on a second. I just blanked on the name. See if I can find a quick picture. Oh, anyway, yes, Derby, but I forgot the name of it. Car Derby? It's not Car Derby. Give me a second. I'll figure it out. That's it, but what is it called? Demolition Derby. That's it. Demolition Derby. The name. Let me see if I can give you some pictures. And this is still going on today. Look at this. Have any of you ever seen one of these things on TV or even in person? Here's my question. If auto polo was too expensive to keep replacing the cars, how on earth did it get replaced by Destruction Derby? Anyone want to answer that question?
I think in Destruction Derby they use old cars.
Okay.
That are made to be destroyed.
Could be, yeah. Maybe that's it.
Yes.
Look at this. There you go, Destruction Derby. It's true. They're modified cars. So they put inside so it can really get smashed up, and you have lots of fun. There you go. Look at that. Auto Destruction Derby. See, we learn something new every day. Okay, very good, everyone. Let's try one more. I think we have time for one, maybe two more. This is our third picture.
Can I ask you a question, teacher?
Sure. student.
Yes. For example, that this game right now is similar but different because they are not using a ball. Yeah. And so we right now, can we say this is a
Destruction
sports?
Derby, you mean?
Yes.
They
Destruction
absolutely don't
Derby.
use the ball.
Uh-huh.
They just smash into each other. Yes.
Okay, it's like a race, motor race.
No, it's not a race. They just smash into each other. They just ram into each other until the other car can't move
It's damaged.
anymore and is destroyed. That's
Okay.
it. That's the game.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a race though. Maybe it's a
Because
race if
this,
you want to get out of the way.
yeah, because this kind of the game, especially kids play in as a game. Yeah.
As a game, right? There's Bumper Derby,
Yeah.
which looks like
And
this. Bumper.
because one car,
bumper
maybe one or two car, they are strike to each other, and one can't move like that. Yeah,
this
exactly
here.
right. Yes, it's same.
Yeah, this
right?
is
Mm-hmm.
exactly right.
Okay.
This is bumper cars,
Mhm.
right? You've got a little electric car with a rubber bumper. It's got a rubber bumper around it, and the cars don't hit each other. The bumpers hit each other,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
By the way, you can still get hurt on this. This is a
Okay.
lot of fun, but you can really get hurt on this because you get something called whiplash. Does anyone know
Okay.
what whiplash is?
Whip lashes.
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Look at the girl in the picture. Look at the blonde girl in the picture. It's not a girl. She's a woman. Look at the blonde woman. Can you see where her head is? Her head is like pushed back because they collided. That's called whiplash. When your head whips back, and you can really get hurt that way. So this is you got to be kind of careful. So there you go. Yes, bumper cars is a safer version of the demolition derby.
Demolition derbies. Yeah. Thanks.
I imagine demolition derby is an American phenomenon. I just can't imagine other countries having demolition derbies. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's one of those American things, I think. We like big, loud, dangerous cars. Sam, what do you see in this picture?
Very funny.
Does that look familiar to you?
I never see before this kind of the picture, but I think maybe this kind of hat and
not
these
really
not
a hat. We'll call it a mask. We'll call it a mask.
Mask. Okay, and how many? 5 people are wearing this kind of mask, and they look very funny. And I think maybe they are a family member or maybe are friends with each other because they are sit in the lawn or garden, or we can say that. And yes, just
There you
have
go.
fun. Yeah.
There you go. Giancarlo, what do you think is really going on in this picture? It's true that there are 5 people wearing a kind of mask. There are 5 people, but there are 6 beings in the picture. 5 of them are human. What do you think is really going on? One of them is a dog.
Yeah.
What do you think is really going on?
They see mask. They are. I'm not sure. They seem. Well, in fact, they are masks, but I don't know exactly the use of them. they may be like a mask for painting, or they are mask used in order not to smell something, but I'm not sure.
Smell or breathe?
Breathe, yes. They are used in order
Exactly.
not to breathe something dangerous.
Precisely. So we call these are called gas masks. Gas masks. Okay?
Masks. Yes.
Let's take a gas mask. Okay, let's take another look. Here's another look. These are not exactly the same situations, but they're very similar. Here's another one, my favorite picture of all. By the way, let me just say a quick hello to Nasta. How do I say her name? Is it Nasta? Nasta? Our friend who joined us a little bit late, Nasta Youssef. Oh, okay, maybe it's Youssef. Hello, Youssef. Turn on your microphone at the top of the screen and say a quick hello. Okay, while we're waiting for Youssef, Mr. Wilson, now that you see this picture, a second picture, what does that tell you about the situation?
I think it's during the war, maybe the Second World War, and then they start using chemical weapons, gas, chemical weapons, so they are protecting themselves and the dogs with this kind of mask.
There you go. Okay. So this is definitely related to war, and they're protecting themselves and the dogs. These dogs look great.
But they are not protecting the dogs from the guns, because the dogs stand up and just there is no protection for the dogs.
That's right. The dogs unfortunately don't have guns.
Yes, but it's the dogs are how can I say, stand up. The guys are on the ground, but the dogs, in the other picture.
Yeah, the men are crouching. The men are crouching. Crouching, like ground, like this in the chat window. The men are crouching on the ground, but the dogs are standing up. So the dogs are targets. Dogs are targets because they're standing up. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Okay. So, Frederic, if you had to write a caption for this picture, if this was in the newspaper, what do you think the caption would say underneath the picture?
I'm not a good journalist, so
now's your chance.
Yeah. Men protect dog against chemical weapons.
Okay. Man meaning mankind, maybe, protects dog against chemical weapons. Well, let's say weapons. How about, let me make a little change. What if we say man protects dog against weapons? So that means we look out for our four-legged friends. There you go. Mr. Jose, what is the man thinking? The man in the mask. What's he thinking? I guess I could ask, what's the dog thinking?
The man who is wearing the mask. Yes, I think they think about the winning the war.
They are
they are thinking about winning the war, or they are thinking about some. They are seeing that so far away could could have coming some people
they're
to
they're
them.
looking out for the enemy. Oh, I see. They're
Yes,
looking out for
they are.
the
Could
enemy.
be, they are looking out to the enemy.
There you go. Enemy like this. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's see if we can find out what the real story what the real story is here. In this particular picture, let me see if I can find this one. This particular picture is German soldiers and dogs training in a gas drill in World War II. Okay, so I think it was it Wilson who said World War II, I think? So you're right about that picture. All the other pictures I showed you were actually World War I. They're all from 1915, 1916, 1917. For example, an earlier picture I showed you, the one before it, was German soldiers and dogs on maneuvers in northern Germany in World War I. It was this picture. So this is World War I. So that's quite a long time to be putting dogs in masks. And here's the story. Dogs have been used in warfare since ancient times, serving as sentries, in other words, guards, messengers, attackers, and even mascots. By the way, take a look at this sentence, everyone, because there's some good vocabulary. Dogs have been used in warfare since ancient times, serving as sentries, that means guards, messengers, attackers, even mascots. About 1 million dogs were killed in action. In action means during fighting. 1 million dogs were killed in action in World War I, a conflict which also saw the first large-scale use of chemical weapons such as chlorine and mustard gas. The devastating effects of these gases accelerated the development of masks worn to counteract those agents. After the first use of poison gas by German forces in April 1915, the British and American governments sent out a series of quickly designed masks to filter out the toxic gases and keep their soldiers alive. Because of the critical combat role that dogs played at the time, they developed the canine gas mask. And there you go. Though both the Allied and Axis powers stockpiled quantities of chemical weapons and countermeasures for use in the Western world, in the Western Front, I should say, of World War II, each held off on deployment. So World War II, each side basically refrained from using chemical weapons. Neither side wanted to be the first to use chemical weapons offensively with its inevitable counter response. But both sides were prepared to use chemical weapons in World War II, and that's why they brought the dogs. And now you know the story of dogs wearing masks. There's one more picture we got to look at before we go. I want to give you the caption. This picture, let me go back to the first one. This picture, the year is 1970. Don't ask me how it's possible, but the year is 1970, and there is no caption on this picture, so we have no idea. Okay, so if you can figure out, keep a copy of this. If you can figure out what the caption is, find me and let me know. Send us a message or something. Here's a link to the presentation. See if you can go out and find out what the story is behind this picture. Okay, everyone, we've got to stop here. Great job today on your descriptions. I'll be back in just a minute for language games coming up next. We'll be playing a game of WordSneak where we recycle some of the important keywords like phrasal verbs from Thursday's class and idioms and expressions from my class on Tuesday into a fun game of WordSneak coming right up in just a minute. Bye for now. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. Bye for now.
Thank you.